way through.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Keep
What
going.
is that?
Keep going.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Now take your hand out slowly.
Okay.
Yep. Nice and slow.
Ooh.
Nice and slow. There you go.
Adam, what the heck was that?
Yo, what's going on, man? Look, we are back. You already know it is by the sound of my voice. That's right, it's your boy, Mr. 6'9". JT back in this piece once again. And of course, I'm rolling with one of the co-hosts right now. LG should be on later. But one of the co-hosts right now. One of the co-hosts right now.
I'm like, SHIDA, baby.
Yo, say what's up, LG. Talk to the people.
Yo, positivity and wrestling. That's what we trying to bring you. I'm doing, we doing good.
It goes hand in hand.
Yeah. Shout out to my Paraíso. Gotta look out for them.
Definitely got to get a good look out. Yo, what's going on, Mikey Angelo, man? Always tuning in, always live, always making sure that you're following it. Definitely appreciate that. Look, we are back, man. A lot of things happened last week. We found out some major news last week. Found out a couple big things last week. But first and foremost, I got to thank y'all for checking out last week's episode. Of course, a crossover episode with the Young Kings Wrestling Podcast. You got to say the whole thing like a Tribe Called Quest, like a pimp named Slipback.
Shout out to the Young King Wrestling, like the pimp named Slipback.
You gotta say the whole thing. If you don't say the whole thing, it don't count. So,
exactly.
But now that we here, man, let's go ahead and talk about it. Big things popping. First of all, big news popped off. Live crowds returning. And reportedly, that had a lot to do with Fox Television pushing for it. I mean, yeah, I know that a lot of things happen between, people's, lists being lifted far as, mandates and stuff like that, capacity and stuff. But my whole thing is, do you think Fox was the biggest part of them returning to live crowds, or the fact that AEW has had live crowds for the longest? What you think?
I mean, to me, AEW might be a cost, but not really. To me, it's just they looking into, the different places, how are they, their protocols and all that stuff. You know what I mean? It's going to be easier for them because I believe so far, Houston, they're going to go doing live shows, Money in the Bank. I believe that's the first pay-per-view from July 16th. That's the SmackDown, the go home show. So I think they're looking into that stuff, you know what I mean, on the safe side. But on the Fox side, I believe Fox, that's the thing. Fox pushing for a third hour for SmackDown, But to me, what's wrong with Twitch, bro? What's going on?
Yeah, they got to fix that shit. But third hour of SmackDown?
Yeah, so I guess Fox wanted a third hour of SmackDown, but the problem is that at 10 o'clock on Fox, that's where the news come up, you know what I mean? And some of them, perhaps on local channels, they ain't gonna, that's not gonna fly with them, because of the news. So the proposition, not saying that it's something that's gonna happen, but I guess the rumor in the window, the third hour could go to sport, Fox Sports or whatever, FS1. But it's just something that is out there, you know what I mean? Because, like they mentioned with Rampage or whatever, that they Dynamite, TNT wanted a third hour, but Homeboy was like, nah, kid, give it to another night or whatever. But yeah, man, changing that up, it's gonna be great, to see that, crowd and that SummerSlam, it's a possibility that might get changed due to the fact that um Pacquiao's fighting Spence the night before. And I don't know if that will actually, piggyback right off that, like we were saying you know, before the show started, you know. So we shall see, man. But they going hard, They going into the new Raiders Stadium. They holds up to 65,000. We see what happened, but it's great to see the fans, come back and stuff. Indie shows have been running for a few months already, so you would think that they would have been already running, right? Because they got the money and think, you know what I mean. So we shall see what happens. You know what I mean?
All right, so here's the thing about that, right? I don't think they're gonna move it. I think they should keep it because all that traffic coming in through Vegas, and you got all this going on. You got Pacquiao the night before, and then you got a wrestling show
Yeah,
on Sunday.
you gotta say it right. Pacquiao.
Look, damn well anything other than English comes out bad out my mouth. So Pacquiao fighting. Um, he's gonna be fighting that day before. But look at all that traffic coming through Vegas. You got Pacquiao fighting
True.
the day before. You got wrestling the very next night. I think Pacquiao's fight is either going to be at the MGM or the T-Mobile. And but if it is at the Raiders Stadium, which I don't think they're gonna do, because you got to think about it, the crews like to set up the night before. That way, when it's time for them to hit go time, only thing they got to do is flick the power switch.
Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna be the boxing's gonna be at the Raiders Stadium. You know what I mean? That's not like, even though it'd be dope, but you know what I mean. That card, I don't think Pacquiao. You know what I mean? I could be wrong, you know what I mean, but I think it will need a bigger name, you know what I mean, to fill it up. But I think it will be something like that, the either MGM or T-Mobile Arena, and then uh, the Fed running over there at the Radio Stadium.
I think that's either way. It's a power move. You know what I'm saying? Because you're looking at the fact Vegas right now wide open. Shout out the course, the Prodigy Connor just came back from Vegas. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up. Let's see.
Connor. Shout out to Connor. With the you know what I mean, holding it down.
Holding it down inside Vegas, man, as usual. Make sure y'all like, follow, subscribe, and everything like that. Other big news, of course. I mean, I guess we get these rumors and news out the way and just go hard hitting what happened last week. So, of course, as you know, a couple of releases happened last week. Looks like Black Wednesday is a thing. You know what I'm saying? Because you had the what's the name, the ref from NXT. What was his name? Drake.
Drake. Words. But damn, I just had his name in my mouth, but because he used to wrestle, he used to do the death match, matches before. Damn. I forgot his freaking name. What's Michelangelo? What's Drake? Words. Danger Ranger. I forgot. But anyway, him. Unfortunately, it is bad. But then we could get to see him back in AIW. Clemens. Unfortunately, he got let go. We're not gonna get to see the 4 horsewomen of MMA versus the 4 horsewomen of WWE. Yes.
No, because Duke is gone.
Yeah, Duke is gone. And so it don't matter. You know what I mean? That's gone. But you could say that the biggest name. You know what I mean? You haven't been on TV since December. And el señor Patricio Clark, Patrick Clark. AKA Velveteen Dream. Man, that's crazy, man.
And the crazy part about that is that so many fans have been putting it up there, you know, every single time his face was shown, Fire Velveteen Dream, Fire Velveteen Dream. And you know, on this show, like, you know, we've always been kind of stand back because it's like, all right, listen, accusations are accusations to proven inside of a court of law, in my opinion. And also it's coming from a, you know, a person that's studying law right now. It's like, you know, not to say that he did or did not, but at the same time, I'm not going to just go with the crowd and say, yeah, he did that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, you know, when he got released, I wasn't surprised. But it was crazy because he was backstage at Raw last Monday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's how business go. But you probably knew, you know, maybe um to just, you know, he was just there to say his last goodbyes. Yeah, man. Like I said, I wasn't surprised. Drake Younger, there you go. Thank you, brother. I know you was gonna come through clutch. Bam. Um, Drake Younger. Yeah, man. That dude. Something's off with that guy. You know, and I, he's been on the news, you know, because of wrestling. But the way he been acting, man. I wouldn't be surprised if I see him in you know, national news. You know, because you know, he little cuckoo in the head. You know what I'm saying? He mentioned something about the mask. He don't want kids to wear masks because they'll be easier to get kidnapped or some shit like that. You know? Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
And the thing is, he be on it, man. Like, and it's like I don't know dude personally, but at the same time, it's like, okay, like, oh, all right, perfect example. And this is not me saying, this is what is out there in reports. So, you know, the thing they were saying is like doing last year's In Your House course, you know, a lot of the, you know, talent there. Triple H had a speech about being all inclusive, you know, the different people's religions, you know, being behind of the, you know, the BLM, and just letting people know that, okay, we care about y'all. According
Yeah.
to the rumor in the window, he picked up his stuff, got mad, mumbled some stuff on the way out, packed the stuff up, and left. And ever since
Yeah, it
that
was something
moment,
about. I guess it got to be the, like, you know what I mean, something about the religious, you know, the different religions, you know what I mean, but also something about the black, you know, the Black Lives Matters movement, that he, you know, I guess made a quote as in like all lives, you know, matter or something like that. Which of course we know that, but it's just you got to understand the, you know, the moment of why it's being used. You know what I mean? And like people are so gullible. You know what I mean? That they think it's taking a shot. No, it's just making a, you know, proclamation of, you know, here we are. This is how we feel. You know what I'm saying? Like we matter too. You know what I mean? And of course, people taking the political side. But yeah, that Dre Younger, that dude, that dude, man, that nigga, homie, don't play that.
yeah, he on one. He definitely on one. Another thing, you know, definitely got to talk about that was out there. Of course, I mean, since we just hit with the rumors and news, this one right here, Selena Vega. Aye. Could be, well, ain't no could be, will be returning. We don't know at what magnitude. Maybe she was recording some stuff. You know, how they always record stuff at the performance center, or you know, she could be called up. But I guess the plan for her is not even go to NXT; it's to go straight back to the main roster. Now, my whole thing is with Andrade gone right now, which to me was the best pairing from day one since NXT, was the best pairing. And the only person that's left that she can possibly manage right now is Angel Garza. Because Humberto Humberto Carrillo, he's out. You know, he
yeah.
hurt his knee. You know, so he's out. And I think, I mean, what's your opinion on that? Do you think that if she comes back, should she go right to Garza, or should she, you know, go to, I don't know, go to SmackDown and go be with her hubby?
I mean, the most common sense would be to go work with her husband. You know what I mean? Like they're there. You know what I mean? I could see it. You know, cause she be doing cosplay and stuff like that. They got their own clothing company also. You know what I mean? So they be modeling. So the way they look together, you know what I'm saying? And you see how they follow Black. You know, oh, we'll talk on that later. But yeah, the way that he's being portrayed now, I don't know if it will be a good match now, but to be honest, I don't even know. I don't even know where Selena could come, you know, go and whose mouthpiece could she be? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think she's gonna come back and be a wrestler. You know what I mean? She probably has some matches, yeah, but like, you know, it's kind of cool. I don't know if well, I don't think Damian Priest they're gonna, cause she's more of a heel, right? Like a heelish, you know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't. I know she needs to wrestle if she don't manage, but she is gonna manage. She has, you know what I mean? Cause that's her the persona. But I don't have nobody on top of my head unless they switch the script and bring somebody new. But like they say, there's like a rotating doors now. Like they're gonna start switching up faces on Raw just to you know, have new faces and stuff. But I don't know who you with.
I
You think
mean, to
it'll be
be honest,
Garza?
I mean, it could be Garza. I mean, I'm with you, Mike Angelo. Yeah, she definitely got skills. I mean, I remember seeing her stuff in TNA when she was one half of the Knockout Tag Team Champions. So she has skills, but obviously she's a good manager. Obviously she's a good mouthpiece. But she could be the mouthpiece for herself and also be out there getting down in the ring as well. So you got so many different avenues that she can go down. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like I think that no matter where she goes, she'll be good. But another rumor that was out there, well, that's it for the rumors. Rumors and news. I mean, there was another one that Mia Yim put out there, right? So there was a rumor that came out yesterday that Keith Lee was released from WWE.
Yeah, but it's not true. I can say that it that you know. As of now, even within WWE, that you know, there's no such thing of her. You know what I mean? Of him being released and stuff like that. You know. So
Nah,
far, that's what they say.
I mean that's what they say, but we've seen things switch up before, so I mean we'll see where that goes. You know, far as that goes, maybe maybe like people said, it's a rumor. I mean, me and Yim actually came out and said it's no one's business, and
And that's
I,
it.
I feel her. I feel her on that. I
Uh,
mean, you know, us as podcasters, journalists, whatever you want to say. I mean, you know, it's to report what's going on, what's the haps, you know what I'm saying, what's happening. But I do think when it does come like the personal issues or what have you, we got to back off on that. You know what I'm saying? Because key word is personal. Like, for instance, if I said, you know what, I can't come in right now, I'm not feeling good, leave it at that. I don't need you digging and saying, well, what's wrong with you? Because once I tell you what's wrong with me, then I got to be honest. I got to keep one. Look, I don't feel good. I got the bubble guts. Probably may have to take a shit halfway through the show, but that's not your business that I have the bubble guts. just the same way, it's not your business if what's happening with Keith Lee and his health issues or not health issues. That's his business. So I kind of feel that.
Yeah,
You know,
they just people they feel entitled. They think they're fans and stuff like that. Like well, the journalists need to know. Like, nah, man, shut the fuck up. Just let it be. You know what I mean? There's certain things that could be that. Of course, what they said. There's a possibility that Vince told him to lose some weight. You know what I mean? It could be as easy as simple as that. The fact that had come out something official. You know what I mean? Like I said, nobody's fucking business.
not at all. Ain't nobody damn business. And you right, Mike Angelo, that'd be a damn shame. Keith Lee is that. He all that. And I could definitely see. I mean, maybe he comes back. Hopefully, he doesn't come back with Farouk's helmet.
Farouk Assad.
Yeah, Farouk Assad. Yeah,
Remember, Sonny. Going back to this shit. Man.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, of course, Dre's not here to defend himself, but if y'all paid attention to the episode a few weeks ago, you do know that Dre argued us down for about 15 minutes, swearing up and down that his name wasn't Farouk when he came into WWE. But another thing, man, moving past rumors and news, man, look, we got to talk about Raw last week. Raw last week is getting better. It's still not hitting like it should be to be like the flagship show of the brand. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's like when it does come down to it, Raw definitely did that. The first thing they did that I definitely appreciated was my man Bobby Lashley. Yo, what's going on with Bobby Lashley? Lashley coming through with the ladies.
Yeah, man, he on some pimping. Pimping ain't easy. I guess he called the Godfather. The Godfather, put him on. But here you have it, man. Like, yeah. I get, and they doing it again this week too on Monday. Best believe it. You know what I mean? They look kind of odd. You know what I mean? Like no people, whatever. But
But you know what? If a crowd was there, a real crowd, yeah, man, we would have definitely what I'm saying, definitely been tripping hard.
Okay, let me hold on. So the Hurt Business life expect lifespan was with no crowd, right? Yeah. Yeah. They need to fucking put them back together when they put the crowd back, son.
So
Happy.
Wait a minute. So you think? I mean, you think it's a possibility that they may put them back together?
Why not?
Man, damn well that dude right there is not gonna let it happen. All right, Durag Vince ain't having it. You might as well go ahead and it was too over. You know what I'm saying? It was too much. It was too much melanin on the screen holding championships, man. Like, think about it. All through Raw, your heavyweight and your tag team. Nah. And then you during that time you go to SmackDown, you got Roman and you got the Street Profits and you got Sasha. Almost every champion was a person of color. So I think more so the breaking up of the Hurt Business probably had more so to do with maybe TV ratings. I mean, they were hot to us as fans, but the ratings wasn't as as strong. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. It could be as easy that somebody in the back don't really see somebody, you know what I mean? Or they didn't think that the Almighty needed that, you know what I mean? I do not know, but why not? You know what I mean? Why not just stay, positivity, you know what I mean? Shout out to the Sharpshooter podcast, little man Oli. Um, yeah, man, that'd be nice if it does happen though. But they keep on putting them together. They've been fighting all this time, you know what I mean? Like they keep them together. Like I don't know, man. I don't know where they're going with this.
They keep them together, bro. But I think that more so is to at least keep them relevant in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Because you got Cedric and Shelton bumping heads. You got MVP and Bobby Lashley living it up. Then at one point it looked like T-Bar and Mace was getting ready to join the Hurt Business. I'm like, that's just dumb if y'all do that. So
man,
I don't know, man. Like, I don't see it. Like, if they do it, I say you definitely do it to the point where when the crowds come back, you make an impact with it. You know what I'm saying? Like have Lashley getting jumped or something like that, and then you have Cedric and Shelton come back. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like Lashley is still the face, but have some faces. Yeah. I mean, Lashley is still a heel, but have some faces jump Lashley and have a Shelton Benjamin and a Cedric come through and stun us all. Like, think that they're getting ready to jump Lashley and just turn on the crowd. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna do it that way.
Yeah, but the thing is, the logic from WWE is not that type. You know what I mean? Because they want the heel to get boo and the face to get cheer. Man, that happens, bro. Everybody gonna go bananas. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like they're coming in, they don't want that pop for them. You know what I mean? And perhaps that's what they broke it up because they're a heel faction and they want to be moving, then they getting traction. You know what I mean? The same thing that happened to Sandow, Damian Sandow, and both parts when he was doing the Macho Man shit, and when he was doing the Miz stun double. You know what I mean?
That was some funny
Rusev.
shit, by the way.
Huh?
Rusev. I said the Sandow stuff was funny, but yeah, the same thing with Rusev.
Yeah, the Cesaro section. I'll have some bad news. Bad news Barrett, bro. That gimmick was fucking off the hook, and that's not what they wanted. The reaction that he got, they shot that shit up from the legs.
But the thing is, you really can't control the next person's reaction. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are going to receive it how they're going to receive it at the end of the day.
Not in the WWE universe, don't. No, they don't.
I just thought, those are dumb reasons to break something up. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like I kind of feel like they shot themselves in the foot with that because the Hurt Business was the best thing going that they had during the pandemic, hands down.
Yep.
I don't care. I don't care. No one says that had to be the best thing hands down. But news. Moving on from that. Moving on to Tuesday. NXT was definitely lit as usual. Had an appearance by the $1 Million Man. Ted DiBiase was there. Also going down with NXT. Of course, El Legado del Fantasma. To me, one of the hottest factions in NXT. But then again, that new upstart one, yeah, Hit Row. Here's the thing. I do not want to see Hit Row and Phantasma collide heads anytime soon. If they gonna do it, hold that to like next year.
Yeah. It won't make no sense because as you could see, they're heels. You know, like heel faction. You know what I mean? Uh,
But they're
we
both
don't want
heel
to do like
factions.
yeah, exactly. They both. So they don't want to do like AEW be doing. You know what I mean? I'm like, hold on, but ain't he a good guy? You know what I mean? But yeah, sometimes shit don't make no sense. But yeah, they making rounds. You know what I mean? The hit road. We finally saw AJ Francis in the ring. You know what I mean? Moving like a big dog. Um, I had him running with the other dude. So that's good. Oh man, Teddy Biasi.
Do you think in 2021 you will be seeing Ted DiBiase on NXT at all?
Nah, man. I to tell you the truth, man. He he looked well. You know what I mean? Like he still got the gift of gab. And bro, in the '80s, man, like he was one of the one of the top stars. You know what I mean? He goes in the category of the people that should have perhaps won the belt, which he did. He did, but guess they don't recognize it or whatever. But he was over, man, and dude, they fucking like final bring him. If you think about it, whoever could have done it with, it was gonna be NXT, Triple H, you could say, because WWE main, let's say like SmackDown and Raw, they haven't been using their past wrestlers like, you know what I mean, like good, like how they should. And yeah, that thing that's fucking awesome. It's kind of funny, you know what I mean? With all this shit with the crypto and and this guy getting rich, and it's pretty dope, you know what I mean? And if Teddy DiBiase could make them little, you know, those shots, and like you said, bring that belt back, man. You bring that belt back, it's still gonna be relevant. You know what I mean? Because it's all about the money, dollar bill. You know what I mean? Ha, ha, ha. Yo, I think it's dope, man. It's great.
I feel the same way. Like Ted DiBiase was always one of my favorite. You know what I'm saying? Not not so much for like the things he would do, but mainly because of the laugh and the fact of his quote. Everyone has a price. Everyone's going to pay. The $1 million man always gets his way. And when you break that down and actually think about that, that is so true. That is
Yeah,
so true, bro. Like think about it. Like, okay, groceries. You gotta eat. I don't care. I don't care how high they go up on milk. If you all drink milk, you gonna buy that milk. I don't care how high they go up on a loaf of bread. You're gonna buy that loaf of bread, and I don't care how high they go up on ground beef. If you eat meat, and the same thing with vegan products, you gonna buy it. Everyone has a price. Everyone's going to pay. Same thing with gas. Gas could be $2.99 per gallon. Guess what? I bet you go get that gas. If not, you're gonna be Flintstone. You're gonna be out here. So every definitely has a price. But another big moment for me next, this right here. Yo, yo. I appreciated this match.
uh, that one I think I wasn't able to catch that one. Oh,
I appreciated it. Like, I hate the fact that Martinez had to be the one to catch the L. Because she's had start, push, stop. But then again, you wanted Raquel to go up against someone that's going to make her look good, because we posed this question last week. Like, out of the three women that won the titles in NXT, I mean from NXT, I should say, with damn, what's her name, with Bianca, Rhea Ripley, and Raquel, you know, just looking at Raquel and Rhea, it's like, I don't know. Like, somebody gonna drop the championship soon. I don't think it's gonna be Raquel. I think it'll probably be Rhea before it's Raquel. You know what I'm saying? I think they definitely have to keep grooming her.
But that was that for the title?
Yeah, that was for the title.
So you know, like you said, they trying to book her strong because you know her first defense against Martinez. You know, she she no slouch. You know what I mean? She's a veteran, and I guess that's you know what I mean, like it helps her in the ring. You know what I mean, with the experience and stuff. So it definitely made Raquel look a lot better. You know, yeah. You said two Latinas. You know.
I'm definitely with it, you know, just as long as they, you know, do right by it, you know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing, if you try to do it to the point where you're trying to do like a Cena situation while you come up against everybody and she goes over everybody, because let's be honest, Cena wasn't the best, you know, wrestler. It took some years. I mean, I think Cena's best wrestling came in this last few years as being active. Would you agree? You know, to that far as full time star, his best wrestling came towards the end.
Um. Well, let's say for the last decade, he's been putting on. I mean, he hasn't wrestled what, like in a year or so, 2 years, and but yeah, in the 2010s, you know what I mean? He just picked it up, especially bro when he brought the you know, the U.S. for the title, you know, the little invitationals, bro. That shit was money, you know, every match. And then when AJ popped up, the matches that he had with him, you know, and he still like, yeah, he big match John, like they call him, you know what I mean? But yeah, you're right, you know, he came a long way. He come definitely came a long way, and we should be seeing him soon.
You definitely know Cena coming back, and he coming back with the, you know, he's gonna come back when the crowds come back. So you already know.
You
Yeah,
already know.
that's going, you know, that's going to happen. But I mean, those were some big moments from, of course, NXT. Of course, we didn't hit all of them. You know, if you want to talk about
Well, you
it,
got yeah.
go ahead.
My bad. The one real quick. We're gonna have you know, the next NXT Finn Balor against Cross 2. That should be a good one. You know which way it's gonna go. You know what I mean? I don't know who's gonna win. Who you? I'm gonna pick Cross retaining.
I mean, you got to go across at this point because it makes zero sense for them to put the title on Cross, you know, in order to give it back to Finn. I think Finn may be going back to the main roster. I don't want him to go back to the main roster, but it looks like he's either going to go there. The only other place I can suggest for him to go to is NXT UK. But does he want to move back to the UK after being here in America for so long? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, and remember he married, so I don't know if you know what I mean. If he will want that, but that'll be shocking. You know what I mean? If you ask me, but if he does, most likely he's gonna, you know, the one that you know that they getting big bucks for, and that is SmackDown. So he been on Raw already, so he could be well, he's been doing kind of like the heel. You know what I mean? Prince Devitt. So, you know, Roman Reigns, they got to feed Roman Reigns somebody.
The big question is who's next for Roman Reigns to, you know, to go over. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's like it definitely, I mean, it doesn't do anything for me Finn versus nah. I don't see it. You know, I don't see it. Mike Angelo says if he goes to the main roster, he better stay there. Yo, I totally agree with that. But I don't know. It's moving pieces, man, because right now you getting ready to see a whole thing of roster being reshaped in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to, of course, with the fans coming back, they're trying to capture everyone's attention. So it's going to be a lot of call-ups, NXT call-ups, NXT UK call-ups to NXT, or NXT UK call-ups going to Raw or SmackDown. I mean, we seen this past Thursday out of nowhere, we had a call-up, but we'll talk about that. Let's talk about AEW, though. Yo, AEW was tough. When I say tough, I don't mean tough to watch. Just saying, it was tough. Like, it was definitely something they did a better this than they did last week. Let's just go back. Last week they did a good job with the closing of the show with Miro. This, well, I should say the week before, but this week, I'm saying that just passed. I mean, they did a good job. They had 2 women's championship matches going on.
That was like, whoa, wow.
Yeah, but 2, and you rarely get the women on AEW, and if you do, it's usually on Dark, or or it's not it doesn't have a significant meaning as far as the championship matches. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the first one, let's just go ahead and start off with the women. First on top, since we're talking about, the women, let's talk about the NWA Women's Championship being defended, right? So here you have Red Velvet. Here you have Red Velvet, right? Red Velvet going up against Serena DEEB. Like, I thought the match itself was good because, I mean, she's been coming along far as on AEW's roster. She's been good. She hasn't been a slouch. But she's also been able to gain a fan base within AEW. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like she's a hometown, like homegrown talent. You know what I mean? So you got them fans that they're loyal.
And those fans are going to be loyal regardless because the simple fact that she's number one. I don't want to say a homegrown talent from AEW at all. I don't want to say that, but I will say this. So far, what she's been able to do as far as getting over has been great. So I will give that to her. Serena D, absolutely, looking like a awesome champion as far as that goes. I mean, she's been holding down the NWA Women's Championship and holding it down strong, a lot stronger than the other Women's Championship on AEW, which we'll talk about. But I thought the match was solid. To have these women go on. Have these women go on and be able to put on a strong showcase. The match, some people may have said it was mediocre. I say the match was pretty damn good, especially for Red Velvet, because this puts her in title contention for the AEW Women's Championship, and she's been doing a good job. Far as that goes, far as qualifying and keeping herself, far as the rankings, if you want to believe that. The other match, I definitely want to talk about this one. Yeah, I said it. They are shining light on the women's division, and I'm glad that they're doing it. One thing that they lack there at AEW, the lack thereof, is inclusiveness, right? So having the women feel like that they're inclusive. I mean, yeah, they're there, but are they going to be used correctly? Are they going to be pushed? Are they just there to be signed? You know, it's just a lot of things that go into that for me. You know, if you're gonna sign them, damn it, use them. It's the same thing we say about, you know, the E. You know, if you're gonna sign them, use them. But it's been almost, I want to say, 1 year since HIKARU SHIDA has been AEW's Women's Champion. Has this done anything for you in the past year?
Nope. Unfortunately, you know what I mean, with just the way they book the female division, you know what I mean? They've dropped the ball. It had kind of pick up some steam as of late, you know. But to me, the best thing to do now is to put the belt on Britt. But yeah, that match, Reba, I mean Rebel, call her Reba. She is good, she could go. But Hakuri, Shida, whatever, does she doesn't do nothing to me for me. Yeah.
So would you be, or would it be wrong for me to say that she had like an Oscar run?
No.
And you know, don't I don't want any of y'all out there, well, let's kind of mess up because they're both from Japan. No. What I'm saying is the relevance of it. Like, were you excited about this run? Did you get hyped about this run? Was there a lot of competition during this run? And to me, in my opinion, I just don't think that she had a lot of good competition during the run. And another good thing is they really haven't keyed in on the women's championship or the women's division until like the last 90 days, like especially, no, let's put it this way, around Women's History Month, that's when you start to see a little bit more focus on the title. Other than that, well, nobody, like, I wasn't checking for the matches because it's like it hasn't been anything that was, you know, that stuck out. But besides Ty Conti and Ty Conti and what's the face? Thunder Rosa. Those were the only things that really stuck out to me. Like Abandon didn't do anything for me at all. She looked scary, but nothing came of that for me at all. So, like I said, this title run, I mean, of course, Shida ends up going over. Britt Baker ends up holding the title after the match over Shida, but you know what I'm saying? I kind of feel like you are right. They don't have a choice but to put the title on Britt just for the simple fact of giving it more relevant, for it to be a relevant division. Not saying Britt is the best person in the women's division over there, but the simple fact that at this point, who else do you put it on?
And AEW, I'll say Britt Baker, man. Britt Baker all day.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, who else do you put it on? That's the only other person you can put it on right now because of, you know, things being relevant.
I mean, yeah, unless, you know, they want to shock and put it on Big Girl, you know what I'm saying? And just, you know, push her like that, you know. But I don't see nobody else.
Nobody. Next match, you had Christian Cage going up against Matt Sydal. Of course, you know, Matt Sydal, Evan Bourne, whatever you want to call them. You know, these two are not unfamiliar to each other. They've been around each other. This is what, the fourth match Christian has had, maybe fifth, since he's been signed. I could be wrong. I don't know. Somebody do the stats out there. But as of now, and it's kind of hard to, you know, rate it just after 4 or 5 matches. But do you think they're doing a good job with the storytelling of Christian?
um, what's the storytelling?
I
I
mean, you
mean,
know, just coming back, 10 years hiatus from having a full-time career, blah, blah, blah.
I don't know. It's like borderline because Christian to me, it was Ed and Christian. You know what I mean? Yeah, he did have a solo run, but not to take none away from him. But I saw him in the IC title, you know, conversation, or perhaps the United States. You know what I mean? But I didn't really see him as a main event guy. Although he get praised for his work in the ring. You know what I mean? But me as a fan, like he never really did anything unless it was with Edge and Christian, you know. So I mean, of course, it's not gonna be the right story told because the story should have been told, where in WWE. But over here it's like it's not relevant. It's not the same. You know what I mean? To me, he right there, he's just another name on the roster, bro.
You know what's sad about that is I agree with you on certain points. All right. Christian's best work was outside of WWE, hands down, in TNA. When he came back and he went to the WWE version of ECW and won the ECW championship and all that stuff, to me, that was like, okay, mid-card title. And when he went and he won the World Heavyweight Championship on SmackDown, to me, it was a lesser title because it wasn't the flagship title of the company. You know what I'm saying? So I feel you when you say, far as being, in a sense of just being like mid card, but at the same time, there's not much you could do in that situation with some people at the roster. Like in AEW, do you think Christian's going to be in the title picture after Double or Nothing?
Who,
I
Christian?
mean, yeah.
Oh, I mean, they got to do something, but the problem is you got the belt collector. You know what I mean? It's crazy because when you have matches announced, you know, in advance with other, you know what I mean? Of course, he got the one coming up against Cassidy and Fire Ant, Fire Ant Cassidy. No, Cassidy and Pac. You know what I mean? He got the match coming up with Moose, which is at a plus. I don't think that, what I mean, he's gonna lose the belt to Moose there, you know what I mean? So that's a given. And then you got in August, Andrade and Kenny Omega, I believe it's in August, you know. And that's for the belt. But that's the thing, it's another belt. And does he lose him on his way there? But then again, I don't see him even losing the belt from Triple H. You know what I mean? He's gonna beat
No,
Andrade. You know what I mean? He's gonna
no.
stay with the belt. So
I
it's
don't
gonna
see it.
be. Yeah. I don't know if Christian. They probably perhaps go against Miro. For their TBS title.
The TNT TBS, the Warner Brothers Championship. I don't know, man. Like I kind of feel like at this point there's not much you can do because other than aside for saying, yeah, we signed Christian. If you rush him to the title picture, fans are gonna shit all over it. If you take too long to put him in the title picture, fans will shit all over again. So either way it goes, it's gonna be doo-doo upon. Like there's no stopping the dookie. Like it's going to be there. Doo-doo is gonna happen, and you just gotta be prepared to take it. Not sure, which one's gonna be the one that you want to accept or what happened or what may happen. But either way it goes, like there's gonna be a situation where either A, you rock with it, or B, you don't rock with it. It's like, in my opinion, I kind of feel like that you might as well go ahead and might as well go ahead and try to do something with them. But you're right, it would have to be for that mid card title because I don't see anything else. This right here, this guy. So Anthony Ogogo, this once again, this factory nightmare family, I'm not feeling it at all. Storyline does nothing for me. Anthony Ogogo's gut punch does nothing for me at all. If I was watching a movie, yes. But at the same time, wrestling is like a live action, movie, live action show, soap opera, as Tito would say, Savio Vega. But it's like it does nothing for me at all, though. Like, I don't know, referee stoppage for this match. It doesn't do anything for me. Like, does it make him look like a legit badass? Yes. Am I even hyped up with this match versus Cody? No, not at all. I don't know. I don't want to say that it took. I don't want to say it took the taste out of my mouth, but am I clamoring to see Cody versus Anthony Ogogo? Are you?
Nah. It seems like I guess he's gonna take some time off, have the baby, you know what I mean? But I don't know, just the storyline's not catching, you know what I mean? Even though like the guy, the big old dude with the hair, crazy hair, you know what I mean? He got a good look, but it's just cutie, like you big old Big Lebowski looking, you know what I mean? Like he just don't do nothing for me. Cute much. It's like I see him and I get it. My interest just goes away.
I could feel that because, in a sense, like, I don't know. It's almost like being at a club and the girl looked good with the lights off, but as soon as they turn the club lights on, that's the whole vibe I get from Anthony Ogogo. This right here, the Acclaim versus Mox and Eddie Kingston. Yo, word on the street is Mox did not appreciate the did not appreciate the bar that that dude was spitting about Renee. Talking about some oral sessions from, yeah, I don't know, like there's a certain line and I don't know, like at that point we got to fight, my G.
Yeah, to me it's just bullshit. Like he had to had okayed it, before he said anything. You know what I mean? And I'm just, to me it's just saying that just because, unless they was like, oh no, go ahead, and he felt some type of way. Who knows? You know what I mean? But yeah, the match, they working together and shit, and of course they're trying to be sneaky, they're trying to hit him with the boombox, and so I guess they heels because they won by heel tactics, you know what I mean? So I guess we gonna might see it, Eddie Kingston with gold soon, as a tag team.
Yeah, but for how long though? Because you also got to think like Renee soon too with her baby. You know what I'm saying? So I know Mox gonna want time off, to be with his baby, and things like that, you know. So I don't think if they are gonna be tag champions, it ain't gonna be for long. It'll probably be like a quick bait and switch. It's been done before.
Yeah.
But I don't see it as I don't see it as something that's gonna be, long term. If they are the champs or anything like that. Like if they do it, more power to them. But I just don't see it as a long-term thing. Speaking of Mox and Kingston, we gotta touch on this though. We gotta touch on this, and we'll come back to Eddie Kingston in a minute. The Varsity Blondes going up against the Bucks for the tag team championships. Like, I was not upset with that. Like, this made Brian Pillman even more over. You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course, Dark Side of the Ring comes out, and of course we've had Brian Pillman on the show before, but like, I should say Brian Pillman Jr. to go ahead and clarify that. But to me, I think that made him even more over for the AEW fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the NW fans that who was, this ain't nothing new. Like, we kind of used to, seeing this, from him. But that match itself definitely banged out. That definitely banged out for him. But the ending of the match, the ending of the match to me, I think was the best. Tell me why Eddie Kingston pulled the Ezel.
You ain't women are taking you. Big foot mama. And you can have your knife. Cause I don't.
He straight jacked him for his shoes. I mean, because supposedly they're supposed to be like what, $3,000, $10,000 pair of shoes.
10,000, yeah.
Yeah, $10,000 pair of shoes. Straight jack took the shoes. I mean, my whole thing is, first of all, I if I'm gonna take something, especially shoes, I better be able to fit them. That's the first thing. But got the shoes peeled off. I mean, but AEW in a nutshell, to me, they definitely held their own on Wednesday. They definitely held their own. They did a good job as far as continuing the storylines for Double or Nothing.
I just remember they sent me the link to be on the Thunderdome, and I filled it up, and they said they'll send me the link, and I forgot, never checked. I'm like, oh shit!
It's supposed to be on the Thunderdome.
Yeah, they sent me a link and shit. I'm like, okay, boom, boom. I filled it up. So I said, oh, we'll let you know. So, like the Zoom call, like you send the link and when to go in. Bruh, I just remember. But anyway.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Shit happens, bro. Shit happens. But moving on from that, man. I mean, of course, we got to touch on Impact real quick. I mean, the only big thing for me coming out of Impact last week that was a surprise. Of course, you had a few things, and you also had a number out there, right? So the first big thing, which was a surprise to me, honestly, because I didn't see this happening, but it happened. So if they gonna do it, more power to them. I ain't gonna, crap on it too bad. But this right here, this to me had to been the biggest surprise because we was just giving the other boys props coming from New Japan, holding down the tag team championships. Then this happened. Totally left field. I did not see this happening. Did you see that happening?
Yeah, that was. I didn't see it happening. It was kind of like something you know what I mean, like different. So it's like put that stable up in front, like, oh, we got some goal now. You know what I mean? Yeah, that tag team right there will go to Japan and they'll be over. You know what I mean? So shout out to them. You know what I mean? That was unexpected for real.
And the good thing about that is, Impact always does the unexpected. I was not expecting that. This right here, Moose. Moose, definitely talking that goodish. But, basically, stating his claim. Then you had Sammy Callahan come out at the, to make the save or whatever. And
Yeah, that was kind of like out of all people you expect, you know what I mean, from TNA. Okay, I believe it's him because I believe Edwards, he's gonna be out. He got some appendicitis, something with appendix, some shit. So he's gonna be gone. That you think about it, he's the one that's been there for quite some time.
he
But
got bubble guts.
he got the bubble guts. But so I guess Sammy Callahan was up next. There was another rumor saying that he signed, but of course he come out and said that wasn't true. You know what I mean? So, well, they put the strap on him. You know what I mean? It's possible. They'll scrap the whole thing with the whole belts and shit. But it's definitely helping him. I don't know if you heard also of Don Callis. He's no longer part of Impact. You know, what was he, a vice president or something like that?
No, he was a VP. He was in
Yeah,
writing.
VP. Yeah,
What?
so I think he's no longer a VP, but he's still gonna be working with them, and he's gonna be AEW bound. That's without a doubt. You know what I mean? So,
He
but I
going
guess
where the money at?
he's still gonna be working with them. You know what I mean? In some capacity and shit. So.
Yo, that's some sneaky shit. But at the same time, it wasn't like it was. It was right there in front of y'all face. Like, yeah,
We were talking about it. We were talking about $1 Million Man. What he says. You said it ready.
Everyone has a price. Everyone's going to pay. But the
Yeah.
whole thing about it is, it's like he did it right in front of y'all face. Hey, how about we do this storyline where we bring over AEW and I go to AEW do some commentary? It's like he literally set himself up in a position that if he leaves and when he chooses to leave, he good because his face has been seen on the other product. So he's good regardless. Like he got none of what he put himself in a good position. Like, yo, shout out to him. Shout out to him. But to the rest of y'all,
cowboy.
but to the rest of y'all in Impact.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Like that would have been my reaction. Oh, you put in your 2 weeks after we done put you over and let you go to this other company. You just gonna leave us? Like, all right, cool. I got you. But other than that, of course, Impact putting on some big things. Of course, coming up this Thursday, our boy Sam Bill is gonna be in action on Impact. Got to put that out there.
Sam Bill.
The permanent.
Yeah, man. He's making his rounds. He's making the rounds, man.
Gotta put Sam Bill over. Also, man, just moving on to SmackDown real quick because definitely got to talk about this because we're at the end of the show almost. But got to talk about this, yo. The opening for SmackDown having all the champions out on stage, and you have Paul Heyman come out. No. These are title holders.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one champion on SmackDown, and his name is Roman Reigns. Like, yo, I kind of felt like he sunned everybody on stage. Like, he came through. It's like, no. Champions? No. And then Roman waited to after everybody was gone, then he came out. Like, if that wasn't the most slickest thing ever, like, it's like, look, y'all done. Now I'm gonna come through. And it was like, I mean, it definitely separates him from the rest of the bunch. It definitely puts him above the rest of the bunch, and then you have the IC champion out there with what's the guy's name? Aziz or is it Aziz? I think I said it right. Did I say it right?
Who?
These two guys.
Oh, but I can still take. I don't understand. I don't remember the name still. But yeah,
Apollo and Aziz.
Hey, the boys from Africa. How y'all doing this evening?
The boys from Africa, man.
Yeah, the boy from Africa.
The boys from Africa. Yo, these two right here, like honestly, I'm only gonna get mad and madder about it because I kind of feel like Apollo Crews shouldn't have to say anything. Aziz doesn't have the mouthpiece yet. So I kind of feel the only next possible option is you bring somebody in to do all of the talking. Because Apollo Crews doesn't need, he can't talk as a character that he's portraying. But if you're supposed to be like, you know, quote unquote, this prince or what have you, like, I don't think you should be doing any talking at all. I think as the prince or what have you, whatever you want to call him, like he should not say anything. He needs someone to be the mouthpiece, and the only time that he should be able to say something is after a match, or kind of like the whole Brock Lesnar approach, or the whole Bobby Lashley approach. Bobby Lashley doesn't need to talk. But when Bobby does talk, it's usually a few words and that's it. Am I right?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, if you're gonna bring anybody over to talk for Apollo Crews, who would you bring over? Because there's a lot of people that you could bring over, but who would you bring over?
Bivens.
Oh no, Malcolm Bivens. I can rock with that. I can rock with that. I could definitely rock with that. Like, because I kind of feel like they not doing anything right now. They do something with them. I don't know what happened. And then that was the end of that. Oh, I know what happened. Jinder Mahal ended up getting them as his new stablemates.
No, one of them.
Well,
the
one
other
of them,
one,
yeah. No, but honestly, I think if you're gonna bring anybody in to talk for Apollo Crews, Michael Blackson. That's the only person that has credibility and someone from, you know, Africa. You know, and he could definitely put him over. I mean, I'm with it. You are right, Mike Angelo. I'm gonna say it again. Bring Michael Blackson to WWE. Marasaka. Yeah, it's like, I'm with it. You bring Michael Blackson over. You talking about some ratings, and you talking about real people in Africa tuning in. Come on, man. This man is royalty, man. Royalty. We had that fatal 4-way match go down. It was a dope match, which was the main event.
Look at Sonny saying, what the fuck are you looking at?
I don't know what he's looking at, but whatever he's looking at, man, must be interesting. But
yeah,
then we had
that right there. That was the main event. You know what I mean? You got the main event. Yeah, you know, yeah. I mean, you know, we did have, now we know, you know, Jimmy making tag team matches with his brother, you know what I mean, without telling them. So yes. they're gonna have them that next Friday. The Street Profits and the Usos, yeah. Yeah, this Friday. Not saying that, oh man, I don't want to see that match, but then looking at it little by little, bro, the Usos don't get the respect they deserve. You know what I mean? As a tag team. As a tag team, man. And I believe today's an anniversary from their debut. You know what I mean? When they popped up and busted up on Bulldog Jr. and Tyson Kidd and Natalia. That's when Tamina came out with them. You know what I mean? And I believe today is the anniversary. You know, I forgot how many years. But I like where they're going with this. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like with the Jimmy and Jay little issue. Then you got Roman Reigns. You know what I mean? Like steering shit. You know what I mean? But man, they having the belts. They have, you know what I mean? You know that's the perfect vision. You know what I mean? Like every stable collect the belts. You know, we should see on down. But that one is going to be to perhaps the match of the week. But going back, you know, to the main event, you got Apollo Crews, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Big E. And whoa, what a match! What a match! But
they definitely put on a good match. But I think Aleister Black returning to me overshadowed it. First of all, he looked good.
yeah,
Dude,
to me, it didn't overshadow. To me, it didn't got overshadow. To me, it was more like now you see that Big E is out of that title picture for now. You know, Big E gonna go and have a program with Aleister Black, which he actually seems like um he follow the storyline from getting his eye poked because he came out with a contact on his eye. But geez, I mean, Aleister Black, aka Tommy End, you know, what I mean, he's a beast, so it's good to have him back. But you know, as you can see, it seems like BE gonna go through that rough time, like you know, what I mean, like going through different opponents to build him up to perhaps if things don't work out, he wins the Rumble, faces for the title. You know what I mean? Might be that time. You know what I mean? But I guess then again, Black is back, and they're gonna make him lose. You know what I mean? That's what it seems like.
Nah, they definitely not gonna make him lose. I mean, if anything, you'll probably have Big E go on the feud with Roman Reigns for the heavyweight for the WWE Championship.
Yeah, but that won't be probably until next year or like later on. You know what I'm saying? Would it be SummerSlam? You know what I mean? Like what they're gonna be doing?
I say they should pull that trigger like maybe by Survivor Series. But far as Aleister Black goes, I think that he's headed towards mid-card championship first. So I think Aleister Black is going to hold the IC championship after Apollo, and that's going to be your basis. Everything. Then you'll get Aleister Black going up against a KO, a Sami Zayn going up against Aleister Black, so on and so on. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things to come out of this. I mean, it's an endless possibilities. I will say this though. I mean, far as SmackDown this past Friday, it was good. I mean, you know, you had the 6-woman tag team match with the new women's tag team champions, Natalia, Tamina, and of course Bianca, and then you had, of course, the former tag team, Nia Jax and Shayna, and you had Bayley, which Bayley holds a point. Yeah, I'm the longest reigning SmackDown women's champion on the roster. You know, of course, Natalia ended up tapping out or going to sleep to Shayna, but you know, does it do anything far as the building of the feuds? It does for the main title. It doesn't do anything for the women's tag team.
But it's too repetitive, you know what I mean? They've been happening every week for how long? You know, you got all this talent and we keep getting the same fucking shit. Stop it. If y'all want to make a profit,
you gotta, you gotta do something new. Something new is gonna captivate, which is gonna bring guys to it. That's why I give AEW credit. They do things that are new, and which brings new eyes to the product. but they also do a lot of old shit as well. But I mean, we definitely touched on everything from this past week. As far as the major moments, if we miss anything, I really don't care. You can hit us up in the DM.
Whoa.
hit us
Jeez.
hit us up in the DM. Let us know what we missed.
Oh, we definitely got to talk about this. Did you catch the A&E Ultimate Warrior?
Yo, I missed the A&E Ultimate Warrior because I canceled my cable. I gotta get the Fire Stick.
My name. Check it out on YouTube. You know, it might be there. That usually when they put it up, when they come out, shortly after it'll pop up, and perhaps throughout the day, and maybe by the next day they'll pull it out. But you still got a chance to check it out on YouTube, and
No,
it
but
should
speak
be
on
a
it.
link up there. But man, definitely wasn't the self destruction. They they did that. You know, you had Shane McMahon. Yeah, they actually made him, you know, look good in the sense, you know, they put some stuff, but they focus on different stuff that they necessarily the self destruction didn't focus on. And of course, I'm Ultimate Warrior, you know what I mean, fan. Um, it was great. It was great to see it, and you know, I still haven't heard like what people thought, you know, because everybody got something to say, you know. There was a bad look in one part because he was making a video to to apologize to a fan that I guess he did something, and he was kind of like, you know, like, why do I have to do this shit type of deal, you know what I mean? Which it didn't look good, you know, of course at the time, but the dude was different, you know what I mean, and kind of gave insight of his upbringing and shit. It was kind of dope, and you know, that was that one. Then we got on Thursday, we got Dark Side of the Ring, the Ultimate Warrior episode. So, and it's gonna be different from this one, of course. So let's see what gems do they pull out. You know, because Dark Side of the Ring, you know, they batting 400. You know what I'm saying? They had the collision in North Korea. You know, the WCW. That was the last episode, and it was interesting. You know, we got to see Two Cold Scorpio. You know what I mean? Ken Norton, Bischoff, Sonny Ono. You know what I mean? Like telling them story. Antonio Inoki even made an appearance on the episode. So it's just one of them stories, you know, urban legends you could say from wrestling. And man, them shows, man, as you can see, wrestling is getting bigger. You know what I mean? They're getting attention. You know, and there's shows everywhere. They even a show coming up in August called Heels by Stephen Amell. You know what I mean? I guess CM Punk is in it, and it's about wrestling on and stars. So
And
they,
Cody's in it as well.
I believe Cody makes an appearance too. So you know they're getting that big bag, man. But you know, the Ultimate Warrior. Yeah, it was pretty dope, man. I always felt like a little kid, man. You gotta watch it.
Definitely. I'm gonna check that out. Hope y'all check it out. Yazin JD, hey, how you doing, man? Sorry to hear that.
What he said?
Sorry
I just broke up with my guy.
so this is what I could tell you, my dude. This is usually the part where we give our PSA, and I want you to listen to this, okay? Too much negativity can have you unbalanced mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Listen, spread more positive vibes, right? It takes very little to build someone up than it does to tear them down, all right? Think about the logic in that message, right? The best I could tell you about that, man, is you can always be able to prosper and go on that, right? A great poet once said, girls are like buses. Miss one, next 15, one coming. That was Gucci Man. You can go look that up. But another thing that I will say, my dude, is listen, breakups happen. They do. But there's one thing I want you to never break up with. Good hygiene. Because, you know, there's a, you know, you're always going to have memories, but always remember this, man. In order for you to be able to beat COVID, it's going to start off with good hygiene, my dude. Okay? COVID's still around. There's a lot of shots out there, but COVID's still here. Good hygiene is the number one defeater of COVID, right? So another one of our PSAs, maybe you all broke up because you didn't follow our directions. But we're going to need you to wash your hands. But most of all, wash your ass. Use soap. And Cheech, let the people know how they should be doing this.
From face to ass, not ass to face.
And it's very simple, like a pimple, man. Very simple, like a pimple. But yo, Yazin, I hope for the best for you. I'm not sure if y'all be able to get back together. If not, there's plenty of people out there. POF, plenty of fish, all those other apps. But on another note, listen, we love y'all. Tune in next time. I'll be dropping some episodes on the podcast real soon. This one, of course, and of course, 3 interviews dropping this week. 1, 2, 3, count them. But we out. Peace.
Gang, positivity, and pro wrestling.